We've become so distracted by what other people think, getting caught up in the belief that we need to fit in. That's boring, and it's completely unrealistic, and it only leaves us feeling anxious and miserable. So what's the goal? To like ourselves, to love ourselves without putting conditions on it. Accept the cards that we've been dealt, embrace our unique quirks, and importantly, acknowledge that everyone has their own set of strengths and weaknesses. From here, we can aim to maximize our strengths and either accept or work on our weaknesses, but without comparison, because we're all on different journeys. When writing this program, I knew it was important to have this 10th workshop serve as a reminder of all the messages in the workshops that came before it. So here's my best crack at cramming as many of those messages into just a couple of lines. We need to live a life true to ourselves, a life free from distraction from how others are doing it, and not judging others on how they do it. Becoming more comfortable to lean in and have a crack at those things that our personal values and interests lead us to. The things that light us up or give us that fire in our belly. Where we judge ourselves only on our efforts rather than the outcomes, particularly when considering that so much of what we experience is out of our control. And so crucially, to remind ourselves regularly of the power of being good to others through thoughtfulness, empathy, and regular kind deeds. This workshop asks students to dig a little deeper into what they truly appreciate about themselves and to celebrate those unique gifts, but also to accept the parts of themselves that they don't love so much, with a little more perspective and grace. The way we try to achieve this perspective is to have students rate the impact that both their most celebrated attributes as well as their identified imperfections actually have on their day-to-day lives. The goal is to have students realise that what they may deem to be a negative part of them actually doesn't have much of a bearing on how each day unfolds, whereas their celebrated aspects actually can. Prioritise time to having students prepare, then share with the group something about themselves that they are truly proud of. I like to nickname this vulnerability show and tell. It goes without saying that you must establish a safe, open-minded space where students feel comfortable in sharing and for the group to appreciate the vulnerability required in this process. This can also be a time for shout-outs where students compliment one another. Peer feedback can be incredibly powerful. Good luck.